Hi guys and welcome to my new channel. My name is Patrick, but you can call me Pat. Starting today, I'll be your German finance buddy. So that we get to know each other better, I'll tell you a little story about me and my life in Germany, the country of schnitzel, beer and sauerkraut. I'm 31 years old and live near Frankfurt, the German finance capital. My parents bought me my first index fund shares at the age of 9, way back in the year 2000, and I think you know where the prices are headed for the next couple of years. Of course, I didn't really care because I was a kid back then. In my teenage years, my dad and me started talking about that investment more often. He told me that by buying index fund shares, you own a tiny fraction of each company in that index. At the time, I didn't really understand how it all worked, but I was fascinated to own a piece of the biggest European companies, and my interest in finance and economics grew stronger. After finishing school, I started an apprenticeship as an industrial management assistant. In Germany, we have a dual system where you get on-the-job training for 4 days a week, and on the 5th day you are going to school to learn the theory behind your profession. It took 3 years, and during that time I earned around 700 euros, which in today's dollars would be $700, and I was constantly broke. Because of that, I started to read a lot about finance and started to track my expenses, and that was a real game changer for me. I saved some money and managed to buy an old and heavily used Volkswagen Golf. At age 21, I enrolled at the local University of Applied Sciences to study International Business Administration. Of course, I majored in finance and controlling. During this time, I completed an abroad semester at California State University in San Bernardino. Greetings if anybody from this region is watching now. And stay safe, because nowadays San Bernardino seems to be one of the most dangerous places to live in the US. But we had a really great time back then, and I was really impressed by the entrepreneurial spirit in the US. We watched a lot of Shark Tank and related shows, and there was no doubt that I was going to start a business someday. Immediately after arriving back in Germany, I co-founded an online marketing agency while still a student. I learned all day during the semester and worked a lot in the evenings and of course in the semester break. It all worked out pretty well, and instead of applying for jobs, I'm now self-employed full-time. Back then I also discovered the blog of Mr. Money Mustache and got really excited about early retirement and hardcore saving. That's why one of my first videos is about non-essential expenses and how they slow you down financially. After I changed some of my spending habits, I immediately invested most of the money I saved in index funds. That's why another video revolves around active and passive funds and how little choices can make a huge difference in the long run. While I saved and invested more and more, I realized that a lot of people barely came by financially. That inspired me to make a video about the 10 reasons why the middle class seems to be broke all the time. All links to the videos down below in the description. So my main goal with this channel is to share everything I learned, including the mistakes I made on the way. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes instead of making them yourself. That would definitely save you quite a bit of money and a lot of time and stress. On the other hand, I also want to hear about your story and your experiences with money, so that we can discuss the best ways to get ahead financially. If you want to hear more about creating long-term wealth and how to achieve it in a relaxed way, I would be more than happy if you subscribe to my channel. See you next time, your German finance buddy.